So what you saw right now is a classic example of a social engineering scam. There is only so much that an antivirus program can help you with. Most hackers and scammers resort to social engineering techniques to gain access to our data. Social engineering is unfortunately the art of manipulating people into giving up their private or confidential information like social media passwords or bank information. They might also con you into gaining physical access to your computer to do the same. At the end of the day, it is mostly done to scam money out of you or the company you work for. In something like the traditional hacking, the hacker is required to have really good technical knowledge. On the other hand, anybody can become a social engineer, but just don't do that. It's the shittiest thing that you can do. According to security professionals, the weakest link in information security is the human interaction. Along with logical capacities, we humans are also very emotional beings. And it is this very emotional side of humans that the hackers exploit. Nowadays, I get at least 2 messages a week from my bank, my service provider, reminding me that they will never ask for my personal information and I shouldn't respond to any messages or calls of that sort. This is because social engineering scams are on a huge rise now. It is happening every day, and the usual targets are the older generation who tend to believe most things they see on the internet. This has become such a huge issue that banks and service providers are paying out of their pockets to make awareness around it. We can broadly categorize SEC into 2 types, the online ones and the offline ones. Online ones are where the hacker gains access to your data through an online portal, and the offline ones are when someone tries to physically approach you or follow you to get into your office and then access data from within. A lot of SEC takes place over email. After watching this video, open your junk or spam folder and look at the subject lines. Do not open anything that seems fishy, and even if you do open, please do not click on any of the links. One of the tactics used by social engineering hackers is phishing. They send out deceptive emails, websites, and text messages to steal your information. This is what the classic Nigerian prince scam does. When I was going through my spam folder, there were all kinds of mails from congratulating me for winning some lottery to requesting donations for a sick child. For the ones like the lottery win and the Nigerian prince leaving me all his property, I had to give some information in order for them to complete the transaction. Now, the moment I give them the information they were looking for, my bank account will get emptied. Not that there is a lot there, but still. Oh, and one email even went as far as to blackmail. They revealed one of my older passwords to scare me and demanded cryptocurrency in return for not leaking my nudes. Like anything else would have still worked, but nudes. Seriously. So in this case, they got hold of one of my older passwords when some website I had made an account with got compromised. You can check if your email has been compromised by going on to haveibeenpawned.com. Another email scam is when you get a mail asking you to sign into your social media account or your internet banking account. The links will take you to exact replicas of your bank or social media. But once you enter your credentials, it will just close and whatever you had entered reaches the scammers. Then there is something called the spear phishing, where more targeted emails are used to carry out attacks on individuals or businesses. Then the classic malware, where you go on a website and it prompts you to install some sort of antivirus because your system is infected and they somehow know it. In all of these attacks, fear is what is being exploited the most. Like saying you're under some sort of investigation and you need to sign in to prove yourself, and then that sign in is again a fake website which may look exactly like, say, your bank account or your company's account or whatever. Then there is the greed. No Nigerian prince is leaving you $10 million. It is a human greed that is being exploited here. And the meanest of the lot is when hackers exploit helpfulness in people, like asking money in name of charity, or if you're an employee somewhere, tracking your work habits and then sending you a mail, posing as your manager or someone you report to, and asking you to send over accounting passwords or transfer some amount of money. And all of this is made to look very urgent so that you don't have much time to process or think about it. And yeah, speaking of urgent, when you really think about it, your friend on a tour is not likely to send you a mail asking for immediate financial help. Such mails are always written in a very urgent kind of language, urging you to respond quickly. Just like you avoid calls from unknown numbers, avoid opening emails from unknown IDs that look suspicious. And when it comes to physical baiting or phishing, don't plug in random USB drives that you find lying around. If you get an email from your friend claiming that they are in trouble, first confirm by actually calling them before wiring the money. The Nigerian prince is not Prince Charming. No one in their right mind is going to leave you all their wealth. If something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. It'll be a good idea to filter your emails for spam. All email service providers have pretty good filters in place, but do remember to check your spam folder periodically in case some legitimate mail went there. While at your workplace, remember to lock or log off of your laptop or PC when you're taking a break. It is safer to not trust anybody. Invest in some good antivirus. Even though it can't defend against social engineering, it can still scan websites and links and make sure you're not downloading malware into your system. And finally, just calm down and take your time. These emails are usually worded to show urgency. This is because criminals depend heavily on you to act before you think. So slow down, and whenever you get a mail, just read through the whole thing. If the mail is supposed to be an auto-generated email from, say, Facebook, spelling mistakes and formatting mistakes will be a huge red flag. Is it Facebook or is it Facebook? If you get an urgent email from your boss, see if your colleagues also got something similar, and check the email address for subtle spelling errors which are not easily spotted before you reply with sensitive company information. For the scammers, the only limit is their imagination. They could cook up all sorts of ideas to scam you. Even though phishing attacks are short-lived, they are very rampant and happen on a very large scale. If they email 1,000 people and just 10 fall for it, it is a success for them. Do keep all your operating systems and antivirus up to date. But at the end of the day, like we said in our video about Android security, it is not the software, it is you. Your best defense against social engineering would be to educate yourself and know the risks and always stay alert. This is Ajish, and thank you for watching TechSafe.